What is going on, YouTube? We are here with our second upload of the day. So we're obviously trying out new stuff. This is the first time we've ever made this episode. Let me adjust my mic real quick so that way I'm not bent over the whole time, because we're going to be here for just a minute. Shit, I'm turning it the wrong way. Okay, all right, there we go. So this is the first episode of our podcast, something brand new that we're trying out. Don't make fun of my headphones. Yes, they're cat ears, and yes, they're glowing. So don't be jealous. Anyways, hopefully everybody just appreciates this first video. This is us trying out something new. I don't know how many times I'll say that, so we'll see. You should make that a drinking game. How many times I'm gonna say this is new. So not sure what we're gonna title this one, but Cole, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, since everybody already knows who I am here.
Well, I don't know you want to know about me. I'm Cole. I'm a master's student in history, and my specialties are 20th century China, and I just work and read and the boring stuff.
Okay, all right. I can dig that. I might have to turn you up a little bit. Let's see here. He does boring stuff, you guys. So there you go. In case you were wondering, how do I turn you up specifically? But we'll worry about it later. I've got you turned all the way up, so I can boost the audio later if I need to. So, all right, boring guy. He wants to be a professor, so he's pretty smart. He's got some good opinions on things, contradictory to me. I don't know if I would say I have good opinions, but I think he does. And before we really get going on this, if you guys do like it, make sure you hit the subscribe and the like button, because every subscribe and like really matters and it counts. So the first one we're going to touch on is immigration. So like, I don't know why people would consider immigration necessarily a political issue. In my eyes, it's kind of like fundamental, like it's a fundamental understanding that you need to have if you're going to have a functioning government, right? You would agree with that, Cole?
I don't know. I wouldn't say functioning government, but it's something that every government needs to be conscientious of when they make policy decisions.
Right.
Migration is just natural.
It matters, right? So one of the things that I would really say is, let me go ahead and take this jacket off because I'm a little warm. Obviously, I think everybody's seen recently what's been going on with Trump and immigration. I think maybe you haven't noticed because I know that you get behind on a lot of these things. But right now, ICE is going around deporting a lot of people. Illegals, obviously. And obviously, some people feel like you're not supposed to say that, but it is what it is. But so that's what's been going on there, and I think it's a good thing. And I'm not gonna say who I voted for, but I'm just saying I think it's a good thing. Mostly because you have people who did it the right way. They didn't come in through the southern border or northern border, and a lot of people don't talk about that either. There's actually a lot of people coming in through the northern, like Canadian border too. I don't think it's as bad as the southern border is, but yeah, that's been going on too. And I don't know if you saw, but recently the National Guard just arrived at the southern border, and I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna work on the border. I don't know if they're gonna like go after people. How recently? Very recent. Like, I think I saw it on Twitter today. And I really wish I knew how to turn you up, but I don't. I'll have to worry. I'll have to work on it next stream. But that's okay. Or not next stream. Next video. So, yeah, this actually happened. Like I said, I think it was on Twitter yesterday or today. But yeah, very recent. There's been a lot of stuff that's been going on very recently. So Trump banned the red dye, and then you got the immigration stuff going on, the deportations. So that's two major things right there. I that's all that I know that's going on for sure. You got anything to add to that?
So, I know.
Thank you. Oh Lord, that's so much better.
Is that better? Okay.
Good Lord,
I
I
had a
wish you
feeling
would have done that from the very beginning.
I was wondering when you said it was low.
Put
Yeah.
it towards your mic or towards your face just a little bit more.
Is that better?
A little more.
Okay.
That's good. Yes,
Well, I'm not gonna be kissing it. So.
that's good.
All right. So you were mentioning. Immigration from the U.S. Canadian border.
Right.
What populations are those? Like, are those? Because I was telling you the other day how I was surprised at the number of Chinese immigrants coming in through the southern border, and that just surprised me. I was like, what are Chinese migrants doing in Latin America? So, like, what groups of peoples are these coming in from the northern border?
Let's see. How?
I know, because I know it's only a small percentage because, like, 90%, if I remember correctly, of immigrants from the U.S.-Mexico border are Mexicans. So,
Coming in through northern border USA. Most of the migrants crossing through Canada are Indian nationals. In June,
indigenous.
unauthorized crossings of Indians hit all-time high with about 3,600 attempted to cross between ports of entry. 3,600 is not that many, though. See, that's what I was saying. It's not that bad as to compared to, let's see, what
That's
groups.
interesting, though. So, is this, like, indigenous peoples, like, actually immigrating, or is this, like, indigenous peoples that are
No, coming in illegally, like sneaking
like,
in.
somewhat nomadic? And, okay.
Let's see, coming in through southern border. USA. Okay. Okay, so this is the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Is the government. When was this last updated? Let's see. I'll share my screen with you so you can see. Let's see. Hurry up, hurry up. Really? Nitro? Whatever. Okay, boom. There you go. All right, can you see that?
Yeah, it looks awful, but
Okay. All right, does it look better now?
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what are you trying to show me here?
Well, I just want you to see what I'm looking at. So,
Like,
Hey.
I can't see it though.
you can't see it?
Like, I can see like your stream thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't. I'm assuming you're at a website, but I can't see that.
Yeah. Is that better? No, not better at all. Okay, well, let's
It's like
get.
one of those cases when we would run OBS and it'd be like mirrors.
Oh, there we
like a screen
go.
within a screen.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry,
Alright, yeah, I see it now.
my bad. Okay, well, let me get back. Shit, I fucked up. Okay, so encounter data includes U.S. border. Sorry that took so long, guys. USBP Title 8 apprehensions. And I don't see a date anywhere. Maybe we'll see. Okay, well, 2020 to May. So this was at least after May of 23. We know for sure.
Well, this is roughly the course of Biden's administration.
Pretty much, yeah. You could just say.
Roughly.
Let's see. Accompanied minors, individuals, single adults, unaccompanied children. Okay. Oh Lord. Oh wow. Look at that. So the highest numbers were literally in September of 2023. Wait, but that doesn't
Wow.
make sense because this was made before September 2023. Maybe this was just updated and they had a link to it and it's been updated since then. That would make sense. But yeah, look at that. So in 1 month, 269,735 people came in through the southern border alone. And look, like I said, I'm not saying this is a political issue, and I've said it earlier, but
So-
and I'm not saying that look, I'm not saying people who voted for Trump are right, because I don't believe in saying stuff like that. But if we're going to be honest here, we can understand why people voted for Trump. If you're just looking at this, because I mean, dude, that's the tail end of it, and it just got worse. This was 2022, 24. Oh, wow. So it has it all the way up to 2024. But okay, so you even see December of 2024. That was just, what, a month ago? 2 months ago? It was actually higher. I was wrong. That's actually higher. Apparently, I don't know how to read a fucking graph. Sorry for cursing, Mom, if you're watching. So, yeah, it's actually higher than the end of the year, and that's pretty crazy. 300,000 people in 1 month. That's insane. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely understand and see why people voted for Trump. Even if you didn't vote for him, you can understand that's really one of the only charts you have to look at to understand why. What were you saying?
So, are the numbers you're looking at, are these illegal entries?
Yes.
Out?
Yes. Because it's border protection encounters
Okay.
and U.S. Customs. So, well, okay. So let's see. Component.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm a very operational definition type of person. So what is defined as illegal here?
Does not have proper documentation.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's all we're seeing here. Just wanted to look at it and get at least some numbers. We don't want to stay on it too long, but
Yeah.
shit, I keep opening up the wrong window. Okay, let's turn that off. So anyways, any final thoughts that you want to share on immigration before we move on to the next topic?
I don't know. I'm just like kind of stuck on because because I feel like the thing you get sensationalized in the few news that I see on TV, because I don't watch a lot of news on TV, is like this number of illegal people coming from this border, and it's like, okay, I was getting too earlier. What do we mean by illegal coming in? And it could
Well,
mean a lot of
just
things.
just illegal refers to the term not going through the proper procedure of documentation, meaning, so I don't know what the actual process of getting your visa is, right? But I mean, you've heard the stories. You come in to the USA and you hope that you get a visa. You don't know for sure if you're going to get one. And some people, it takes years and years because you have to try and try again. And I don't know for sure from what I've heard, but usually it costs a decent amount of money, and they might let you retry a few times for free, but I highly doubt that if you have to attempt multiple times, that they're going to pay for you just because you already tried once. You know what I mean? And so I've also heard, so say you come from another country, right? And you come in through U.S. Customs, and I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that sometimes U.S. Customs will just pick random people, and you'll get pulled in and just asked random questions, right? Like who are you? Why are you here? How long are you going to be here? What is the reason that you're here? And when are you leaving? Just very basic questions, right? But just imagine how nerve-wracking that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Right. And so imagine you're somebody that goes through all of that, not just once, but multiple times. And then you see somebody coming in through the southern border, not having to go through the same processes that you went through, which, fine. That's that nobody's necessarily really upset about that, because seeking refuge is a thing. Nobody's trying to say that doesn't exist. But at the same time, sorry, our government is actively helping them. Like when they come into our society, they're actively giving them like credit cards with like thousands of dollars on it monthly. And they're in it. This is not a lie, because sorry, that's a cat. Kobe, leave that trash can alone. And it's monthly, thousands of dollars, and you can actually look it up. And there's tons of videos on YouTube about it, but I'm sure there's also articles written about it. And you know, people who came over here legally didn't get any of that. They had to pay, and they had to, not only with their money but with their time. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. They're a lot more passionate about it than I am. I understand that, and if we're being honest, terrorism is a concern. Like if you're not vetting everybody who comes in through your border, and you don't know who is what. I mean, you could have, you know, sexual predators and terrorists coming in through your border, and you would have no idea, which that's happened. And
I think this speaks more to like the consistency, because like you had mentioned that, you know, some people, I guess what I'm getting at sometimes when I talk about this is you have very different experiences, different migrants. You know, you say some people go through this process and this is their experience, and some people come in this way. But well, what does that say about the system as a whole? You know, what you know what I'm trying to say there?
Well, yeah. So you're saying like it's difficult, right?
But I'm just saying, why? You know, how well does our system work if we have this vast?
Well, I don't feel like immigration should. Okay, I agree with you that maybe it's a little too difficult, right? But I also believe that it's a little difficult by design, right? You know, like you don't want it to be too easy.
Right.
So I feel like there is some wiggle room there, like 7 years. Like you have to be here for 7 years to get a citizenship, or is it something like? Is it even longer than that?
I believe it's 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say 14. Yeah, so that was half. Like, geez, that's a long time. So I won't lie. Which, you know, for a while maybe our country needed that. There was one point in time where we needed that, not necessarily because that's what we, you know, believed in, but because you know, 9/11 happened.
Sedition Acts. Well, no, that was before that.
Well, just
That was
saying.
roughly around 1800.
Well, I don't mean that. Come on now.
Well, that's where that came in, and then
That's not what I
it's
mean.
meant to be temporary, but it ended up becoming permanent.
Yeah. So, anyways, just saying that it's an interesting topic, and I feel like a lot of people downplay how important it is, and then they throw the racism card out there too quickly. Just
Yeah, I agree on that.
you know.
I definitely think the system just needs to be more consistent.
Let's see, how long have we been recording? I actually have no idea how long we've been recording, because I don't see it on here. I would probably say, oh, here it is, 18 minutes. Okay, so let's try to wrap it up. Let's touch one more thing. Let's touch on one more subject. Okay.
One last thing I want to talk about with the immigration, though.
Okay, this will probably be the last thing, though, and we'll probably just pack it up.
Yeah, this is the last thing.
Okay.
So, what's the deal with this, like, consensus, or this idea that you have, like, a Chinese threat through our southern border, migrants?
Well, so the belief is that obviously some people believe the Cold War never ended, and some people believe that China had more to do with the Cold War than anybody, you know, thinks. So like espionage, like everybody knows the KGB existed, so obviously more than likely a Chinese version existed. So I all that to say, like, Chinese spies are a concern of the US, right? Like there's a genuine concern of Chinese spies, and the concern with Chinese spies is a lot of them are really good at it. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of them, like we actually had, I don't know if you saw this. Let me show you. Okay, this is actually, I'm so glad you asked this. I was considering not doing this for the rest of the stream, but I have to do this. Chinese spy.
Well, I don't know about international. That's like my research is on 20th century. But I
No,
know, like,
brother,
during the
this was
later
here.
20th century, they
Okay.
had a large internal secret state police.
All right, you ready?
Kind of made the KGB look bad, but
All right, make that. I'm gonna make it big. Okay. All right, so you can see everything, right? Let me know if you see when. Did you see that change, or did it not change?
No.
It didn't change. Okay. All right. So let's. It didn't change for you.
No.
That's weird. Okay, so you can see this. You can see me scrolling.
No.
Yeah, you can.
I cannot.
You can't see that? All right. You're on Discord, right?
Right?
All right. I'm about to open it again. All right. Are you sure?
I mean,
Streaming channel, James. What I'm streaming. Do you see that?
okay, okay, I see it. I have to actively click on it. I didn't realize.
Okay.
It's a little different than Zoom calls.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
Sorry, fans. We got a very technically not sound person here.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I don't really use Discord that much.
Okay, all right. So you see this? Get off my screen. Oh, wait, you know what? Steelo by Dexcom. But anyway, I'll have to look at
Dexcom's
that.
robbing you.
Yeah, let's not get into that. We're having a great podcast so far. All right, so read that. Former aide to two New York governors is charged with being an agent of the Chinese government. All right, so this happened last year, and I think it actually happened like in the middle September. Okay, so it happened in September. Well, I think she was found out in 2022, but and she had been here for like 10 years or 20 years or something. But yeah, so we'll make this quick and we'll end on this. Former aide to two New York governors was charged Tuesday with acting as an illegal agent of the Chinese government who used her state positions to subtly advance Beijing's agenda in exchange for financial benefits worth millions of dollars. So like, not gonna get super political, but like when I was telling you about the whole Biden situation and using his son to funnel money through China and Ukraine and all that, and it was all connected. That's part of it. But I'm not saying she was in on that. I'm just saying like this just goes. This is more evidence to show that it's going on. And we're not gonna read all of this because that literally says the same thing that says. So,
Yeah, so-
okay.
One
What?
of the
Sorry.
I was gonna say one of the distinctions I think is important to make here is like what people are like actively working sent by the Chinese government as for espionage, and what people are here and offering that service. That I feel like they're two very different things.
Well, what do you mean by that? Expand upon that thought.
But you know, so like when jumping back to the 1940s when the plans for like atomic bombs were leaked to the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
Those were done by Americans leaking that information to the Soviet Union, and of course they were
Mm-hmm.
tried for treason and.
Well,
all
I
that
mean,
stuff, but-
listen, if your whole point is the U.S. is not innocent, nobody's going to disagree with you there. The U.S. is just as guilty as anybody else of like terrorism and just.
All I'm getting at is that I think using the term Chinese spy in itself can be dangerous if it's not specific. Like if you're talking about Someone
Well-
because when I hear that word, I think of someone actually sent here.
Well, if you're
Right.
just well, if your whole point is you need to just be region specific, like you need to be specific that you're saying from China, not works for China. Then okay, fine. That's a simple argument. I don't think anybody's gonna
Was that?
disagree
I
with
think it's
you.
important because that's a lot more serious. Like if you, because it'd be one thing if you had people here leaking that information, but it's a lot more serious. I think that if you have people deliberately saying.
Well, that
from
was
China.
that was an
Spies.
act. And I mean that the article says agent of China. Chinese spy, like that's but it's one of those things, like are they getting sent money from somebody in China, or is it the Chinese? Because think about it, the way they worded it, it sounds as though, like you said, it's a very serious crime and the Chinese government actively has a spy as an assistant to a politician who is getting very vital and secretive information back to China. So that's a big deal, and that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
how many more are there that we don't know about? And that's a little bit like that's when you get into the whole, like, you can't really worry about that, because then you'll be worried about a lot of things you shouldn't be worried about, but that doesn't mean that you should ignore it. You know what I mean? So all right, we're gonna end it there. We're probably just gonna title this immigration, because that's basically what we talked about the whole time, and Trump. So
Surface level.
yeah, very surface level. We really needed to get something out there. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Like I said earlier in the podcast, every like and subscribe matters. We appreciate it all. What?
I was gonna say, if you have any corrections or comments, please.
Yes, audio levels. You guys are not afraid to let me know about how bad the audio levels were in that one video. I got multiple comments about it. So yeah, keep it up. We appreciate it. Even the negative ones, please let us know. So yeah, we're gonna get out of here, you guys. We're gonna try to record something for sure next weekend. Keep the ball rolling. So yeah, see you guys later.